Hello everyone, welcome to Club Reaction to Rangers 3, Hibs 1 here on Club at 22, the Rangers podcast. I am Scott Carney, I'm with Ryan Hibs.
Good evening, 3 points up the road.
Absolutely, Alan Pearson.
Exactly, all I wanted was 3 points and we got it.
Anybody was, it's that fucking clown there. Yeah, look, I think the starting 11 tonight, I don't think we were today even, I don't think I was expecting it. I wasn't expecting Scott Wright to make an appearance, and I did expect Kamar Roof to be in the starting 11, but he wasn't even in the squad. Ryan, that's surely the end of Kamar Roof.
Just as you said that, Kamar just walked down Paisley Road West there, and fair play to him, he's mixing with the fans, getting on with it, and he's obviously got a career to go on with, which is away from Glasgow Rangers. Disappointing. It is disappointing because I think many of us thought that Kamar Roof would maybe make some sort of appearance, whether it was start or on the bench, anything, just to have a wee bit of hope that he would be part of the front line or part of the attack force for next week, which was all in my mind. You're lying if you don't think that. But no, he was nowhere to be seen, and I don't see Kamar Roof playing for Rangers again.
Ali, to battle a negative with a positive, it was good to see Seema back on the bench, but no Kamar Roof is... I think it tells its own story.
The only thing I can think of is we're keeping him in cotton wool for next week.
Not a chance.
Let's be honest. We all thought if Kamar Roof was starting against Celtic, he was starting today, he was getting minutes today, he didn't appear today. How he can, we don't know if he's injured, but if he is injured, how he can get injured during international duty when he doesn't play football, I was going to say it's beyond me, but it's Kamar Roof. But I know you said you were shocked at Scott Wright starting as well. I wasn't, if I'm being honest, because McCausland hasn't played football, Seema hasn't played football, and to me he was the only guy that probably could start on the right, if I'm being honest.
I think it should have been Cantwell on the right and Lawrence in the middle. That's the way I looked at it, to be honest. I thought that's the way I would approach the game anyway, because I think it was important to have Lawrence on from the start, but ultimately he wasn't. Into the game itself, Ryan, it wasn't a classic. I'm not going to lie and pretend that it was anything exciting. It really wasn't. There was a lot of... It was a very broken up game, and I'm cautious that Dixie is standing and listening to us, and what I said to him coming out. That refereeing performance today was probably one of the worst that I've seen at Ibrox for I don't know how long. I really don't. I've got a hoarse voice from shouting at him. He did his best to disrupt that game as much as possible, but in terms of Rangers, I thought we were good-ish. I thought we could have been a lot better, and I expected us to be better. Am I being too harsh?
No, I think you're very fair. I'll come to the referee performance in a minute. I think Rangers did enough to get the result that we all wanted, but these are you can look at this two ways. You can look at it 3 points up the road, and you can look at it as myself and Dixie were talking about the way up the road is. You cannot play like this against that lot next week. If you think you can turn up and the Rangers didn't put a half shift, and that would be very harsh. I think Rangers just thought to themselves, we can get through this, we will get the win, and not really push ourselves, which they didn't really. I don't think Rangers pushed themselves to the limit today, but they got a 3-1 win, and it's Hibs, and you know what? I'll say it, they're jobbers. They come and they try and break up your play, they make it physical, all the kind of dark arts, but just they don't play football, and they frustrate you. And they frustrate the Rangers team and the support today. But Rangers got the job done, so you look at it, 3 points and up the road, but I do... The proof will be in the pudding next week. I'm not going to make any big statements. The proof will be in the pudding next week, where we need to do the business against them. We need to up years by minimum 2. Yeah, I think that's a fair thing to say. But in terms of the referee performance, Carney, if we're going to go into it, I'm not sure. But I will say just now, is this getting worse every week? Am I imagining this? Is this getting worse every single week? Is it Callum Murray you call this guy today?
Don't know who that guy is.
I don't know. I recognise his face, but it's beyond a joke now. And is the SFA or SPFL, are they looking at this and judging, marking these guys? Because that was a horrendous performance today. And again, we complain about the referee when Rangers have won.
Yeah, we do complain about the referee when Rangers have won, and that's why I'm doing it right now, is because that referee was abysmal. It really was absolutely terrible. He did his best to disrupt the game as much as he possibly could, and I don't think he was great. Ali, we took the lead after we missed a penalty. James Tavernier missed a penalty, a very poor penalty from James Tavernier standards. Scott Wright did turn it away, but he was ruled to have encroachment into the box. And apparently when the keeper saves the ball, or whatever it may be, that it's actually back into play, and it's ruled as a free kick. So Hibs did get the ball from there. Not ideal, but Tavernier responded just after it by putting the ball into the net after a bit of a deflection into their own goal, but it didn't matter, it was still very well taken. However, it was more than we deserved. I don't want to be too harsh on the team because I thought we were the better of the two teams, but we didn't hit the standard that I thought we would hit today.
No, it wasn't great. And to be honest, I've seen this with Rangers when you have that international break. And remember, we didn't play against Dundee either, so basically 2.5 weeks we've not kicked a ball. And you see this with teams who come back and they're kind of slow to get going. I thought we were slow to get going against, let's be honest, a poor Hibs team that we've taken care of all season. I agree with you, Carney. They've got the dark arts of rolling about and playing to the referee who buys most of it. He was absolutely. This is the reason I will have a sore voice or no voice tomorrow. It's because of the referee. He was atrocious, but penalty wasn't great. Patav. That's 2 misses against Hibs. Penalty kicks, but he steps up for me and puts the ball in the back of the net and puts one up. And I thought we deserved it, to be honest, Carney. We were the better team.
Would you put Dessers on penalties now?
No, definitely not. We'll come to him. We concede a car crash of a goal, Ryan. It really is. It all comes from me, from a poor pass from Bonabata, poor decision making by Bonabata, since to not play the ball inside. All of a sudden we're caught out of position, they break forward. We make a number of calamity decisions and try to defend it, and Hibs make it one each. At that point you're going, are we doing our best to shoot ourselves in the foot here? However, it is your fault.
Yes, it is my fault. I think I made a bold statement saying Hibs have not scored against us this season. As soon as I said it, I went,
That's your fault.
That was a clever idea.
Yeah, it's your fault.
Saying that on a live podcast. Of course Hibs scored. Of course he did. And I was in the toilet at the time. So Ali, what did you think of that goal?
Did you miss it?
I did.
Did you actually miss it, Ali?
Yeah, and then Dardo, who's with us today, also missed the goal, but I did witness the goal. Diamande seemed like he was screaming for about 5 minutes for the ball. Didn't get it. Barisic, as always, goes backwards with it. Lundstrom gets a wee bit lost, and it's a shocking goal to give away, Carney. And I'll be honest, Hibs were never really in the game, but we just gifted them a goal. And at that point, it was literally just before half time, I thought, oh no, Rangers, do not do this to me.
Yeah, I thought after that, Cantwell probably had his own really involvement in the game, was the cross into Dessers for Dessers to turn it away, hits the bar and goes in. Ryan, I hope you've seen this once. If you didn't, then why are you on this post-match, mate?
I'm a brilliant liar. Don't worry about that. What a goal this was for Cyril Dessers. I think Cantwell, let's talk about Cantwell just now, because me and Ali were walking up Piers Road West here talking about Cantwell's contribution today. Boys, it was all about Cantwell getting minutes in his legs. It wasn't about his performance, really, let's be honest. It was about getting ready for next week, which is, we all talk about what players can step up for us in the coming games to get us to that place we want to be. And Cantwell's one of them, and it's all about getting minutes in the legs. He contributed without a doubt today, and yeah, it's a good finish with Dessers. And there's plenty more to say about Cyril Dessers.
Yes,
you know what? He got his goal. He got his goal again.
I think that's the thing, and it's hard to try and rationalise with Dessers because he did score, but he wasn't great. He really wasn't great at all. But he still managed to get us into the half time at 2-1. And Ali, I thought it was vital for us to get into half time at 2-1. Because at 1 each, you're beginning to, the doubts start to creep in, but to get to 2-1 before half time, I thought, right, well, the third goal kills it, really.
Yeah, it's a fantastic ball by Todd Cantwell. Todd Cantwell makes the goal for me. Dessers just needs to get his head on it. He does, he scores, and it changes the complexion for me. You go in at 1 each, it's how would we react at half time? But I mean, was it 7 minutes of added time or something? It was a long period of added time. And we go in at 2-1. At that point you think we've got the momentum, as you say, and the cliche thing, and I always want it, Carney, the third goal does kill it early doors second half.
The second half I thought Rangers huffed and puffed quite a lot. I don't think Hibs were really in the game. I thought it was mostly about Rangers, but again it does come back, Ryan, to Dessers. He had the perfect chance to put the ball in the back of the net and he doesn't do so, and this is the thing that's keeping in with doubt with the game that we've got coming up. We all know what's next. We can't afford to do that against Celtic. You just can't.
I think everybody in the stadium probably thought, when Dessers put that by, he thought, you can't do that next week. You can't do that next week. And it is that because if Dessers gets 5 or 6 chances against Hibs today, he will get 2 against them next week. And I think it's the way to look at it. It's because we know how squeaky bum time it is.
Yeah.
We know it's the quality will shine through, the cream will rise to the top. It's all these cliche sayings, and it will come down to that, guys. There is no getting away from it. When it comes to it next week and we're standing here and the boys are standing here after the game next week, we will be speaking about how the quality's shone through, whether it be one side or the other. And Cyril Dessers cannot afford to miss a chance like that, and let's hope he doesn't.
Yeah, Ali, the game changed, I thought, when Sima and Matondo came on. Sima got played through the middle. At 75 minutes, don't get me wrong, I'm sitting thinking, I've seen this movie far too many times before. However, I don't think Hibs were really in the game, and I don't want to give them credit where it's not really due, to be honest. I thought Rangers were the dominant team, but Matondo and Sima made just a complete difference. Sima cut inside, and the finish is superb, absolutely superb. Kind of out of nowhere, I suppose. I think it caught the whole Ibrox crowd by surprise, but it put it 3-1 up, and the complete sigh of relief from the entire
Matondo,
Ibrox.
you mean?
Yeah, what was I saying?
Sima.
Matondo is what I
You got a
meant.
balance?
No, Matondo is what I meant. Matondo
Yeah,
is
no,
what I meant.
I agree. I thought
Was I
Rangers.
saying Sima there?
You were saying
saying
Sima, but
Sima.
you know what? Next week.
Next week,
Yeah,
next week
hopefully
it was
that's
Sima.
what you see next week.
Yeah.
But I think it was crying out for a bit of freshness. Guys that are going to drive with a ball, I thought they were correct decisions to bring on. Matondo, for me, he lights up. He tries this all the time, Karen, and checking inside. Hibs player tries to take him out. What a fucking goal it was!
What
by the
a
way.
peach.
And
That is
into
a peach.
that, it's game. It's dead
Game's
buried for
over,
me at
yeah.
that point. It's and I can relax. Thank God for that.
Yeah, it was a great goal, Ryan, and it was well. We were probably due it, let's be honest. I don't think Rangers were terrific today, but at the end of the day, we've won the game, and
That's what it's all about.
That's what it's all about. It's winning games.
I think Rangers were their most threatening today when they just had a shot. When they just shuffled the ball and hit it, whether it was a deflection, there was a couple of times where the ball got deflected for corners, or the keeper just saved it at the last minute, at the last chance. I think that's where Rangers are the most threatening, and I think that's what we need to do next week. We need to take gambles, take risks, none of this trying to create a perfect goal, a perfect opportunity. If the ball falls, have a shot, try and get just anything on target, and it puts pressure on the opposition as well. They'll feel it next week if we do that. If we pepper their goal and we're hitting shots, it doesn't need to always be like hitting the bar or making Hart pull off worldies. If we're putting pressure on their goal, they will feel it because the crowd feed off that, and I think it's so important that Rangers do take this next week. And I know, sorry, I'm jumping ahead again.
No.
What was the question? Rangers played well today, we got the 3 points.
Yeah, I don't think Rangers were perfect today. I don't. But at the end of the day, it might sound I've been slightly negative, but I suppose I expected Rangers to be a bit better. But I am not going to complain at the fact that we've won 3-1 against Hibs at home. It's what I predicted in terms of the scoreline. The performance maybe didn't match up to my score prediction. However, I'll take it. I'll take that result for the rest of the season. I'll absolutely take it, no problem at all. I'll take that performance for the rest of the season, as long as it means that we're getting 3 points from the game. There's many things that we'll break down, I think, further into the week when we come back for Club Deck Corner. There's a lot of discussion to happen about our left-hand side, for example. I think we really need to get a deep dive into that. But for tonight, Ali, who's your man of the match?
John Lundstrom for me. And I would say it's 75 minutes. The Rangers support need to have a round of applause for themselves, because I thought we lifted the team at that
We
point.
Brilliant
We got right behind the
Brilliant
team, and I
shout.
thought it lifted the team at that point, and we got them over the line. I think we'll need to do that at the end of the season. It's going to be like that squeaky bum. It's not going to be very enjoyable to watch. 3 points is a must, but John Lundstrom for me, a guy that just grabs the game for me and just wants to fucking drive Rangers forward, and for me, John Lundstrom all day long.
Shout about the crowd, mate. Absolute shout. Right?
It's a great shout.
Great
and
shout.
I grudge giving that to
Oh
Ali.
my
that-
gallows.
A great
You
shout.
probably peaked. You probably that's
That's
probably
it,
your
game's over.
you
Yeah,
probably
game's
had
over.
your man of match performance there, Ali.
Yeah.
Which I grudge that. Yeah, the fans were brilliant today, because there was a time in the game where Rangers had a lull and the crowd just surged. It's from Union Bears as always, but everybody got involved in that. Dixie was in front of me trying to get some sort of song that I would never sing in the government front. I had to pepper him down a bit, and I got a proper song going. But yes, the crowd were brilliant today. In terms of man of match, Carney, I've got to agree. I am number 4.
John Lundstrom.
John Lundstrom. I thought he was great, driving force. A couple of times he lost the ball today, just put his body in the line, just looked as if he wants to win the game. that's all we asked for, and I thought he was great today. And that kind of attitude wins games like that, which are so important before an Old Firm game.
Absolutely, and it's a hat-trick. John Lundstrom, for me, he epitomises everything that is a Ranger just now. It's just desire, it's the willingness to win no matter what. He wins his battles and he controls the middle of the park. John Lundstrom, for me, by far is the man of the match tonight. Dixie, who was your man of the match?
Number 4, John Lundstrom.
John Lundstrom. So if
I actually think that
don't ruin the video.
I actually think that
Don't ruin the video.
Stirling had a shout.
Stirling was good when he came on. Yeah.
But
John
definitely
Lundstrom.
John Lundstrom. John.
Yeah, I speak. That's him. That's he's done. We'll be back later in the week. Later in the week with Club Deck Corner. 3 points on 1 ticked off, and we're off and running. And this run into the end of the season. We are Club at 22, the Rangers podcast. Cheers, everybody.